I seem to have misplaced my 2017. 2017 is over, and now it is 2018. A lot of YouTubers seem to be happy about the fact that it's 2018 because 2017 doesn't seem to be very well known as a very good year. So first, let's talk about 2017. Something that I want to start doing is titling the years to help me better remember those specific years. I learned a lot about the art of making friends in 2017. I think I made a lot of friends in 2017, including a friend that was not a kid of my parents' friends, and I haven't had one of those in years. I also stopped being friends with several people, and also there were several times this year that me and my family had to be good friends to people going through hard times. So 2017 is the year of friendship. I am declaring it now. Now on to 2018. I'm going to talk about a lot of things in 2018. We're going to start off by doing my book bucket list for 2018. Last year I dedicated a whole video to the book bucket list, but I'm not doing it this year because I've made a lot of book list of videos recently and I really don't want to make another one. So we're just going to quickly go through all the books that I really want to read this year. But first I want to say, this year I don't want to make any sort of TBRs or anything. I'm a feely reader. I enjoy books more when I can just pick them up when I feel like it. So I'm not going to make any TBRs, and I'm going to try to avoid making myself read specific books. And last year my book bucket list was a bunch of books that I've had for a long time, wasn't very interested in, and that didn't work out very well because I didn't read many of them. But this book bucket list is going to be books that I'm still excited to read. Even without this book bucket list, I would probably read all of these books within the next year anyway. So let's just go ahead and do that. First, I want to finish the Harry Potter series because it's ridiculous that I haven't yet. I'm on book 2. It's taken me over a year to read book 2. The Sorcerer's Stone was the last book that I read in 2016, and presently I am in book 2, The Chamber of Secrets. So yeah, it's taken me over a year to get through Chamber of Secrets, thanks to putting it off combined with several book slumps. As much as I'm glad as I can still experience this series for the first time, I really don't want to go into 2019 still saying that I haven't read the Harry Potters yet. I also want to read Switch by Ingrid Law because this is a third book in a companion series called the Savvy series, which I really enjoy. It's one of my favorite book series, and this is another one that I just haven't picked up because I really know that I'm gonna love it. I tend to stall picking those books up. I also want to finish the Lunar Chronicles series, including Ferris and that collection of novellas. I want to dig into more of Morgan Matsson's work because I really enjoyed Since You've Been Gone, and I want to see what else this author has in store for me. I want to read at least the first 2 Wings of Fire books. This is one of my good friend's favorite series, and I'm having a really hard time getting into it. She says that the first book is boring, so I want to at least read the first 2. Witchwood has come out, and I'm really excited to read this. I really enjoyed Furthermore, and I can't wait to read this companion to it. I'm sure it's just as full of fun and greatness as the other one was. I want to finish Redwall because even though I really love this book, I'm reading through it really slowly, like at an extremely It would just be embarrassing for me to still be in the middle of this one when 2019 rolls around. I want to read Ready Player One this year, particularly within the next 3 months, so that I can be all prepared for the movie. And speaking of movies, I also want to reread A Wrinkle in Time so that I can have that fresh on my mind for the movie. I would also like to continue on with the Time Quintet series and maybe even finish it. I also want to finish off the Ruby Red series. I only have Emerald Green to go. I'm really enjoying this series. I can't wait to see how it wraps up. I also want to read the actual Midsummer Night's Dream Shakespeare play because we're supposed to be studying this and I really want to read this anyway. I also want to try to see a Shakespeare play sometime this year. I think we have plans on that. I don't think it's this one, but it's still exciting. I also want to read Thunderhead, which is the second book in the Sky series because the first book was really good. And maybe, just maybe, I will give John Green a second chance. I somewhat enjoyed what of this book that I read, but I'm not sure that I want to finish reading this one. But John Green is such a big author that I may try to continue reading this, or at least pick up another one of his books. I'm just not sure that he is like my style of a good book. I also want to read at least 5 writing craft books. Not these necessarily, I just want to grow in my writing-ness. And I would also like to read a lot more classics this year, because I feel like I have a lot of classics that I haven't read, that I want to read, that I've been neglecting, and I need to get back on them. Anne of Green Gables specifically, because I've already started it several times, and then I like get into a book slump and I never get past like chapter 5, so I need to read this one. I'm sure there are more books that I missed that editing Daniel is not going to be happy with me for missing. They're coming up right here. So that was my book bucket list. Even though I just said I don't want to make myself read much, there are like 2 or 3 books in there that would be more making myself read-ish things. But most of those books are books that I genuinely still really want to read and would read anyway. Now that we have that out of the way, I also want to say that I'm going to try to do this again. This is the TBR Jar. If you saw Catty-tastic's video for this, she made a bunch of reading prompts, like read a book with 400 plus pages, or read a book in this genre, and then each month she would pull one out and read a book like that. And I made my own a couple years ago, but I didn't really do that much with it, and I want to retry this again this year. So I got it full of little things, and I'm gonna get one a month. If you're interested, January's is to read a book that someone recommended to you. And if you're interested in continuing doing this with me, the type of video that I would share this with would be a TBR video, which I just said I'm not going to make any of those this year. And so there's not really a good way for me to share on this channel. But on my Facebook page, I will be sharing it the first day of every month. So if you're interested in doing that, I have a link to my Facebook page in every one of my videos. And I have set my Goodreads goal for 28 books, because that's how many books I read this year. Now I think we're done talking about books. Let's move on to talking about writing. I would really like to have my current project sent to people by the end of this year. I'm not necessarily thinking of having it published or having an agent by the end of next year. I want to be mostly done with it and have it kind of publishable or close to publishable, and send it to agents or publishers or whatever it is that you send it to that I need to do more research on. Mainly because I want to participate in NaNoWriMo 2018, and even though I got away with writing the second draft in NaNoWriMo 2017, at this point I think it's mainly just going to be editing, and I don't think I can get away with doing it again. Next November, I'll hopefully be picking up a new story project thing. Now that we're done with that, let's talk about YouTube-ish goals. 2017, most of my YouTube videos have been about books, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really love books and booktube, but I don't want to make just booktube videos. That's not what I intended to do with this channel when I created it, even though I called it The Reading Werewolf. I have a lot of interest, and I really don't like the idea of a just one thing channel. I really like it when YouTubers have a bunch of different kind of content on their channel, and I want to have that. I don't want to just make a bunch of channels for all my interests. I want to have all of my interest in one convenient channel. And this year I've rediscovered bucket lists. I didn't do any bucket list like things last year, but a couple days ago I updated all my bucket lists, and I am re-excited for them now. And on my old channel I had this series where I vlogged myself doing bucket list items. There was only like 2 episodes of it, but I want to reboot that series on this channel. I think that will make some pretty cool videos that are pretty entertaining and fun to make, and it will also encourage me to actually do things on my bucket list to have it as a series on this channel. Because I remember that those 2 videos that I did make were really fun to make, and that's something that I'm planning on starting fairly soon. I also want to have more guests on my channel. I want to try doing some videos with my friends or family members. That's something that I think will be really fun to do. I also want to try to get on and stick to a schedule of posting twice a week. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm posting every Friday, and if I can, every Tuesday. I want to make a lot of videos. I would love to like be a daily vlogger kind of thing where I post videos pictures daily, but I don't think I can do that because editing is sometimes really boring. And I'm sorry if you're like a fan of this channel and you're like frustrated with the fact that I don't post more consistently. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to work on that. I also sometimes make some pretty involved videos, which I think are my best videos, to be honest, but those take a little extra more time and effort, so that's a problem. And I think that's all my YouTube-ish goals. Now let's talk about miscellaneous goals. So one thing that I want to try to do this year is give everything a chance. Up until I was like 14, I had this mindset where I was like against everything that was super popular. So I've sat through very few superhero movies, Marvel, DC, whatever, and I'm pretty sure I have never in my life seen a full Star Wars movie, and that's just the beginning. There's a ton of things that are super majorly popular things that you probably would be shocked to find out that I haven't experienced that thing. So what I want to try to do this year is to give all the things that I avoided because they were popular a chance and watch and read or play or do whatever it is that they are, because that was a really stupid mindset to have. And also there's a lot of times where I feel completely left out of something because people are talking about this common interest they have and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Another thing I want to do this year is to learn 10 songs on piano. I got a keyboard for Christmas and my interest in piano has gone way up, and I also have now passed the whole basics in my lessons, so I enjoy piano a lot more now. And I want to learn 10 full songs all the way through start to end, right hand, left hand together at the same time, because I know a lot of parts of songs, so I want to be able to play 10 songs fully, because right now I know like 3 songs. I also want to beat 2 Zelda games. I've beaten 4 Swords. Other than that one, I've never beaten a Zelda game, even though I say I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. I'm in the middle of Majora's Mask and A Link Between Worlds, and I would really like to beat 2 Zelda games. I would love to beat all of these Zelda games, but then I would be out of Zelda games and I would be sad. So that's about all I have to talk about today. I'm sure that I missed something, and editing Daniel is gonna hate me. I'm sorry. You can like put right here in words what I missed. Unless you forget too, and then it will be future Daniel who's posting the video that will be annoyed with us. Anyway, I said a lot, and I'm glad I said this much. I hope you had a good 2017, and I hope your 2018 is even better. Tell me something that's on your bucket list that you want to get done this year, or a New Year's resolution that you have. And also tell me what the title of your 2017 would be. Bye!